Wow, what a performance from the Halez. I've been dancing in my seat over here, there's no doubt about it. I love that commercial rock with a hint of pop. It is so, so good. And I'm really looking forward to interviewing Kieran here this evening. So Kieran, you're very welcome to the Irish Art Show.
Thanks for having me, Angel.
You've been nominated out of the whole band.
I have, unfortunately, or fortunately.
You got to say good things now.
Of course, and I'll represent the lads the best I can, you know.
They'd be very disappointed if you didn't, you know. You're very welcome to the Irish Art Show.
Thanks very much.
Can I just take you back before the Halez, actually?
Okay.
How did you get started? When did you realise you were a guitarist or a songwriter or a singer?
I just loved music from the day I could walk, watching like shows like Top of the Pops, which you don't get anymore on TV. And just when I seen, you know, guitars on the TV, I was like, that's all I wanted. And eventually, begging my parents, I eventually got one as a child, and instantly never looked back. And I've been playing and singing for years, but then songwriting was only something I got into in lockdown, and you know, we're here as a result of that. So it's been a fun journey. But yeah, I've been a musician all my life. Yeah.
They're amazing songs, catchy, and you know, they stick in your head. Every single one of them is so unique.
Yeah.
I love them.
Yeah, I do tend to, you know, go for, I think each song should be its own entity, if you know what I mean. Some singers or songwriters or bands tend to have that one sound across all of their songs. And that's okay too, but it's nice to be different and for each song to have its own identity. And I always tend to try and write songs that I love myself, and songs that have good positive energy and uplifting energy that will make people put a smile on their face rather than negative energy. I think there's enough negative energy in music in general out there at the moment, so trying to change that and bring a positive vibe back. Yeah.
Well, I have to say, the truth be known, I was dancing.
Okay.
Dancing during your performance.
I didn't see you with the lights. Yeah.
So I believe actually, I don't know about all of you, but you met in college. Is that how it started?
That's right, yeah. We met in college many moons ago, and I was in class with Jerome, and then his cousin is Cormac on bass, and then he also happened to be in college with Eamon, who was on drums. So originally we started as like a trad rock band, because Jerome was a very accomplished accordion player, or accordionist, is it? I don't know. And we met over a pint in Sean's Bar, Ireland's oldest pub, and anyway, we were doing kind of Irish, we did an EP of kind of our own version of trad songs and rocked up and reggae'd up and a bit of a twist on them. And it's only when lockdown came that I got into songwriting, and that's when this band was formed with the same personnel. And it's been such a fun journey, really.
And you're all friends outside of gigging as well, aren't you?
Best friends, yeah.
Yes.
Best friends. We talk to each other on a daily basis, whether it's on WhatsApp or on regular calls or... So we, yeah, that makes the bond in a band so much better too, you know.
And also I think you were, you know, working with other bands as well, session musicians, and also working with other bands.
Yeah, I've worked with a lot of different bands over the years, played on recordings, on TV, on radio, different stuff, as a guitarist. And yeah, that's fun too. It's nice to mix it up, but this is just something new for us. As I said, I didn't start songwriting till the lockdown, so this whole journey for us, getting into original music and playing your music to new audiences and theatres, and even on shows like this, it's really alien to me. The music is the easy part, so stuff like this I wouldn't be used to, you know, but it's really fun. I'm really enjoying it. So
did you just wake up one day and go, do you know what, I'm going to write a song today?
Yeah, so how it came about was there was nothing on the TV and nothing on the radio.
It never is.
Yeah, well, that's true in lockdown, but especially in lockdown. So I was upstairs one day in my so-called man cave, and I was playing guitar, and what I was doing was messing around with different chord structures and playing along with songs on Spotify and iTunes and stuff, and learning different licks from songs that I'd been listening to for years and just never got around to pass the time. And that's when I wasn't finding anything new for me to enjoy it, and I just came up with a chord structure, and I said, actually, that sounds really good. And I was like, why don't I just make my own music? And I recorded on WhatsApp, sent it to the guys, and then we'd be sending voice notes over and back with ideas, and here we are.
Here we are, exactly.
An album recorded, yeah. So
incredible, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I actually love the fact that you record, you have a recording process. You'll have to tell me about that with Billy Farrell. I mean, everybody
Yeah.
in the music business knows Billy Farrell. He's a
Yeah.
legend.
He's a legend, an absolute
Yeah.
legend, and for no other reason that he's a gentleman.
Absolute
full and
gentleman.
foremost. Yeah, such a nice guy to work with. A musical genius.
He is.
I mean, he's worked with everyone in the business internationally, but he's so down to earth and so just so helpful and kind to work with, and that means a lot too. Because recording, you know, it can be going in when the red light goes on in the studio, it can be quite difficult. But when you have someone there like Billy to put you at ease and guide you through it, it was great. And we recorded old school. I mean, so we have 2 guitarists, bass and drums. Cormac played piano on the tracks. But it was great to actually go in, put mics on all the instruments, record them the way that music was always made. Because I think an awful lot of music now has gone very robotic, very digital.
Yeah.
And it's all kind of programmed on things like musical programs, and that bit of spirit, that bit of soul has gone out of music, I think so. It'd be great to see music like ours, more band type music, coming back where you have that creative process in the studio with producers, and that's where the magic happens, really, you know, I think.
And sometimes actually that old sound actually has more authentic, I mean, it's more depth to it, you know?
It does,
Yeah.
because you're hearing a drummer do his thing, a guitar player do his thing, a bass player. There's so many parts coming together to form the magic. Whereas, you know, if it's just somebody programming the music from a laptop, I mean, you've no instrumentation, you've none of that creative zen, that soul put into the song then. And I think that's why there's so much energy in our songs. You know, people always go on about the positive energy and the positive sound in our music. And I think that's why, because we had so much fun in the studio making them as well.
But even looking at you on stage, you know that you get on. Because I always say this, say it all the time for bands, you know when bands are not getting on.
Oh, of course.
It's so apparent.
Of course, and I filled in with bands over the years
Yeah.
where guys didn't even talk, you know. And
It's bizarre, isn't it?
it's strange, and I'm not
How
like that.
can you get on stage and do that?
I know.
And I love this. You had a sold out